Welcome back to Window on Well Street, a program that shares information about delayed food sensitivities. Sensitivities that may cause symptoms like headaches, chronic fatigue, ear infections, fibromyalgia, digestion problems such as IBS, and even ADD or ADHD, to mention a few. I'm Dr. Gabriela Cora, your host, and in today's program, we'll be taking viewer questions from patients who've invested in an Immuno blood print, a simple blood test that identifies foods which could be the cause of many symptoms. My guest today is Katie Sweetrock. Katie, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's go to the first question, please.
Hi, this is Marie from Madison, Wisconsin. This question, it's regarding the food families. After I took my Immuno blood print, it seems like I tested positive for almonds and cherries. I've read where there's many foods that are in the same family regarding sensitivity. Can you educate me about foods that are in the same family?
Any thoughts?
So this question is regarding food families, really. And he's talking about almonds and cherries, which aren't in the same family, believe it or not. A nut and a fruit being in the same family.
Really? So tell me a bit about other fruits that are within that same family.
Well, almonds is the only one actually in the rose family. But other foods in that family, strawberries, cherries, peaches, plums, are all within that family. And if a person is reactive to multiple foods, which is 2 or more in that family, they should be careful with other foods in that family.
So that's great to know, and something that we would not necessarily figure out of how they come together within that family. Could you tell us a bit about some other families?
Sure. The most common ones that come up are the legume family, which is the bean family. We test multiple beans, pinto beans, navy beans, kidney beans, soybeans, lentils, just to name a few. If you are reactive to 2 or more of those beans, you should avoid the whole family just to be sure that you're not reacting to foods that aren't necessarily the exact same as the ones you reacted to.
So educating ourselves and really learning more about these families is very important.
Correct, and it's very vital and when you want to add in foods that we don't test. So if you want to add in another bean that is not tested, but you're reactive to other ones in that family, you want to be very careful and may want to reconsider adding that into your diet.
Wow, very, very interesting. Any other families that you would like us to know about?
The Nightshade family is very common. That consists of eggplant, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers. So if you're reactive to multiple of those, you may want to look at that family and consider taking out the whole family. Another common one that comes up is the mustard family, which consists of mustard, of course, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and then even other foods that we don't test, such as kale, bok choy. A lot of other vegetables fall within that family.
How common is it for people to have sensitivities to different families?
Normally there are different families involved. I do see trends in families, so a lot of times I'll see people that are reactive to a lot of the foods that we test in one family. And then you know there's a sensitivity in that family. And it's really the protein structure, that the protein of the food is actually similar between these foods because they're in the same family, and the body can't recognize the difference between them. So if they become reactive to one, they'll become reactive to multiple in that family.
So the good news is we have a wide variety of choices.
We do, and we test multiple families for this purpose, so that if you're reactive to one family, you can go to the other families that you're not reactive to for food options.
Wonderful. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Just to make sure that you look and evaluate your program and have your nutritionist or your doctor look at the program to make sure that you are eating the correct food families.
This is wonderful information. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
We've got Dr. Mikael Parsons standing by with some alternative food ideas. Dr. Parsons, any ideas for our caller?
Here's one of the challenges you're going to face as a parent and dealing with a child with sensitivities. We want them to have a multivitamin. We need to give them a multivitamin because it's hard to get a child to eat balanced. So we want to supplement their meal with a good multivitamin. But to get a kid to eat a multi, it's got to taste good, which means they need to sweeten it, and they often do that with fruit. So when you're looking for multivitamins, you want to make sure that you actually read the label, This is a favorite that I have in my office, and a lot of my pediatric patients love it. But for some with certain food sensitivities, this is not going to be a good alternative. So what I recommend you do is bring that list in and work with your healthcare provider in finding the perfect one that's going to meet the needs of your child.
Thanks, Dr. Mikel Parsons, and to you, Katie Sweetrock.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We'll continue with Window on Well Street after the break, but may I encourage those of you watching who may have a family member, a friend, or coworker experiencing similar health issues to forward the link below to them. And if you haven't had your immuno blood print, please learn more and get yourself tested. Remember, there's a hidden link between what you eat and how you feel. I'm Dr. Gabriela Corá, and we'll be right back.